Blessings, family. There's a little bit of construction happening over there, so there's some sounds. I woke up not too long ago, but this really precise clarity download integration came. And it's about undeniable spiritual mental clarity. It's like ready whenever you are. Now, is this a shameless plug for my own content and my own product? A little bit. I guarantee you, if you take the Moon Alchemy program, you will have spiritual, mental, emotional clarity and physical clarity. Physiological clarity is ultimately what I say the point of it is. You can't really feel good in your body, your mind, or your emotions unless it's all integrally and the full circle connection download is thus. When we're born into this world, we're born into this physical body. We have trauma, we have drama, we have a story, and our story is really built on good things and bad things, and that duality, it creates this life, and it has this tension and this tug of war with feeling like we are as we're meant to be and not as we're meant to be. Things are other than they should be. Now, I'm saying this from a Raja Yoga, Kriya Yoga perspective. When you give your life to Christ, yogically, your pain, your trauma, and your insecurities, and all of your shortcomings or perceived shortcomings, they get reknown. Paul Selig tech. You get reknown in the upper room or the upper octave perspective of that same stuff. So instead of just knowing it from down on the ground, you get lifted in a hot air balloon up on top of the entire situation with this new perspective. That new perspective has a very specific texture to it as soon as you see from it. And its texture, its nature, its feeling, its sensation is crystal clear clarity. Crystal clear, Christ clear, Christos clear, Sophianic crystalline consciousness, which is the nature of the soul self. The yogis call that the Jiva Atma, our individual soul self. When we blossom into this kind of higher soul self, and that bridge is not just laid, but strengthened and made secure. That upper celestial body is the Paramatma. And it's not the same thing as the Christed self, the Christed self, but it's a similar story. It's like you have to be reborn in spirit, because you were born in the physical body. And the physical body is where the limitations of the eyes, the ears, the physical senses, you can't know it all, you can't see it all. It's all very limiting. There's a lot of bad stuff that happens. Inevitably, you're in this world, there's chaos, there's all these algorithms that you can't know how to navigate. You're in it. You're down here. You're amongst this maze, this pattern that's, you can't navigate it with these tools only. So when you link to a system that has the tools, and not even has the tools, it doesn't even have to navigate it because it's not in this world. And so when we are clicked in and linked in to our crystalline self, our Christed self, our Christ self, that christened perspective and that christened celestial body, it allows you to walk in this world but not be of it. And that's when you become that's the whole process of people saying, oh, my spirituality, or I'm being spiritual, or you're spiritual, or that's all spiritual. Well, what do you believe? Beliefs are the mental registration of spiritual nature, but it is what it is. And if you can see it really as it is, then you have a far better opportunity to navigate it as it actually is, as you actually are. as we actually are. So I went through a 10-year rebirth process in Christ that yoga ultimately took me back to Yeshua's alchemy in a way that Christianity, just from my testimony personally, I knew I understood Jesus so vividly. He spoke to me. I prayed to him since I was a kid. And yet I heard Christians talk about him and I was like, whatever that is, ain't Yeshua. Not like I know Yeshua. And then I found Yogananda. I found Kriya Yoga. I found Babaji. I found Lahiri Mahashai, Sri Yukteswar. Kriya Yoga and the self-realization school of thought, the lineage of alchemy that is, took me back to Yeshua. And it seamed it all together seamlessly. So, Rocco might not be the cup of tea for everybody, but we all have to find our own alchemy grip, our own unique grip, grabbing handle mechanism that feels right, that feels relevant, that feels good, that feels appropriate for your specific relationship with your karma. You got a situation, and only you know how much you are okay with the situation or not okay with the situation. When we get reborn in the Christos, in our christened self, all of our trauma and drama gets reknown from the high accord, and it gets repurposed. Instead of drama and trauma, those shadows, those anchors, those weights, those unpleasant things, or however you want to look at them, they click you into Dharma. Your drama and your trauma in the Christian perspective and Christian self become your Dharma. Your Dharma is your physical, worldly purpose. So those are just codes as they're meant to be for you. But also, I'd just be indirect if I wasn't honest in saying that I really truly feel that all of these codes and a lot more are in the Moon Alchemy program. It's live. The website is www.moon-alchemy.com, and I didn't take all the time to put all the light into it for no reason. It's meant to assist. It's meant to be helpful. So maybe for you, maybe for someone you know. That's it. Blessings. Have an amazing moment, amazing day, wherever you happen to find yourself. I say.